Well, when I was 14, I met singer-songwriter Luke McMaster from Canada and just started talking to him and got in the studio, recorded my first EP, which was titled Letter of Morendo. Shortly after, I got in the studio and recorded my self-debut album, Side 2, and I released that at the age of 17, which also featured my single, Stand Back, featuring Snow. That relationship came about after I was working with Marcus Kane in the studio. We had been writing Stand Back for about maybe 2 months at this time, just going back and forth on ideas, and had a solid melody and lyric down for it. Snow came into the studio shortly after to do a session with Marcus and heard the track and asked to get on it. And it was just so funny because earlier that day we had just been joking like, oh, would it be cool if I could do the track with Snow one day? So a couple weeks later, I'm actually on vacation and I get a call from my mom saying, Snow wants to do a track with you. And I'm like, you're joking, right? And she's like, no, he wants to do his track. So when I came back, we got in the studio and recorded the vocals, and then from there, the rest is history.
To be mistreated, but the things that you did were just wrong. Now that she's moving on and now that she stands strong, she'll be like the wind and blow on. Sure.
I've been very fortunate to write with some of Canada's top songwriters, including Chris Perry, Marcus Kane, Luke McMaster, and Brian Allen. While living in Glasgow, Scotland, I was fortunate to meet top UK writer John McLaughlin, who's written songs for Westlife and X Factor UK. Meeting John was a great experience. He's a great guy to work with, and it was definitely a challenge getting used to the Glaswegian accent. So I'm really fortunate that I've had that experience in my career so far, and now I like to call Glasgow my second home.
I think people spend so much time tying themselves up in knots about what's cool and what's now and blah blah blah, and sometimes they forget just to write something that's kind of relatable to other human beings, and is in possession of melody, is in possession of lyrics, relatable themes and all the rest of it. And I think Sarah's music is simple in that it combines a message with a tune that people can remember.
I know that I should move on, but boy, you got me hooked. Just so tired of holding on to how it used to be, boy. Now I know that it's time to move on, but boy, you got me hooked. Though I know the story's over, I just can't close the book. Yeah, 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 'cause I know you got me hooked. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So as an independent artist, it's always a struggle, and I've taken a do-it-yourself approach to my music, where I'm self-managed, I book my own shows, and promote my own events. So if you ever send me an email, it's actually me replying directly to the fan. I've always said that I wanted to stay, true to that, and be able to be personal with my fans and know that they can reach out to me if they ever want to talk. So after years of showcasing and going to different conferences at Canadian Music Week, I was invited out to be a keynote speaker on the Millennials panel in 2008, where I discussed about how, things are changing in the industry. Fans now want to be able to relate to the artists, so through my music I've been able to connect with them by being on Facebook, being on MySpace, being on YouTube, giving them that interaction.
Tell me forever won't always be this way. Somehow it'll fall back into place. Tell me forever, and everything's gonna change. Just tell me that forever is better than today. Tell me forever.
I created my own iPhone application called Tap This, where my fans can interact with each other by sending messages. I created this tool to help me build a fan base, as my generation are so used to texting and emailing each other. We no longer know how to use a phone anymore. So I figured, why not make a tool that just makes it easier and gets my fans directly to me. So I'm currently writing and recording my second album with Brian Allen and a couple different Canadian writers. And my plan is to get on the road again and go out on tour with my 5-piece band, so look out for that.
Stand back. Step back. minding my own business just the other day when I heard them mention your name. I thought it was a big mistake. They were talking about this guy who'd been cheating on this girl, you see. Then suddenly I now realize the girl they were talking about was me alone. I bet you didn't know I would drive by your house, you're never home. Something about your tone said you weren't alone. Don't try to make a fool of me. Stand back, take your lies, go away. Better off without you in these games you keep playing. But don't you understand? I'm tired of the cheating, taking all I can stand.